All right. Good morning, everyone. Afternoon, if you are in a different time zone. I guess it's actually afternoon here too. It's 1 o'clock. What am I saying? Time flies. So, welcome. This is the Stop Settling, Start Soaring Blueprint to Design a Life You Love. So I am recording this. My name is Kelly Gerhardt, and I asked if folks want to go ahead and put in the chat where they're zooming in from. That would be great. Expecting a couple more people, and we'll let them in as they come in. And then I'm going to go ahead and get started. So when I share my presentation, which I anticipate will be maybe 25, 30 minutes, and we'll have time at the end for any questions that you might have. Um, I probably will not be able to see the chat so well. Oh, Grass Valley, California, Northern California, Michelle, Teresa, Grass Valley, and then Annabella mentioned Connecticut, but she's at the beach in Rhode Island right now. And okay, great. So I'm going to kind of push the chat down below. I will keep an eye out for any other participants. But all right, let me go ahead and get started. And again, thank you for your punctuality, and we'll get started. Okay. Let me know if you can see my screen. All right, let me put this in the correct mode. All right. Lee, I'm able to see you. Are you able to see the screen? Can you give me a thumbs up?
I can't see it.
You cannot. Okay, let me stop share and try
Oh, I
again.
can see it. Kelly, I have to scroll back and forth to see what's on the screen. So, and I'm not good at this. So,
Oh, that's
meaning
okay.
I'm not
That's
well
okay.
versed in Zoom. So, yes, I can
That's
see the screen.
okay. It's a challenge, and I have my technological challenges with it too. So, well, let me pull the chat up. So, okay, I see some helpful hints here. I see, yes, Teresa says she can see the screen. Annabella saying swipe to go to the screen. Okay, perfect. All right, thanks everyone for confirming that you can see it. I'm going to move the chat down, and my other little windows, like I said, Zoom can be really fun. Okay. All right. So here we are. Stop settling, start soaring, a blueprint for the life you deserve. So I will share what this is all about. But first, a question for you. Do you want me to help you achieve your goals and dreams without having to settle? And I'll explain what that all means. But first, let me tell you a little bit about me and why I invited you. First of all, my name is Kelly Gerhardt. I know most of you, a couple people I just met. So my name is Kelly Gerhardt. My career, my background is in human resources. I've always been about people, serving people, interacting with people. I'm happily married. That's Brian there with he just turned 13, our Oscar, our rescue pug. He turned 13 on July 4th. And so I'm happily married and have our wonderful little boy. But you know what? That wasn't always the case. I actually, in my previous marriage, it was a very abusive marriage. It was a very dark chapter in my life. And during that time, it was over 20 years ago, but during that time, I didn't know who I was. I had lost myself. I had focused all my time on all my time and effort in trying to make that marriage work, basically trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. And I lost everything. I lost my confidence. I literally ran out of the house with just my purse. I had no belongings, no car, no anything. Ended up in a battered women's shelter, all that. But what I learned from that was I decided I was not going to settle any longer. I had lost myself, my self-confidence, my purpose, didn't even know what it was. And I finally got to the point where, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. I am going to change things. And so, with my love for people, I just decided I want my life back. And I found my way to coaching. And this is not just any coaching, it's very, very special. I explain it to you. And so now what I do is I coach women in how to create the life that they want faster. And what's important to me is for other women, because of what I went through, to know that they're loved, they're valued, they're important. No matter what's going on in your life, don't forget yourself. Don't settle. You're important and you're a big piece of the puzzle as well. All right. So a little bit of a disclaimer. The stories and testimonials that I'm sharing in today's presentation are from real individuals. In fact, a couple of them are going to be here today as well. But they committed to their personal growth journey, and because of that, they experienced powerful results. So these outcomes are not guaranteed. I'm not a therapist. I'm not, oh, let me admit someone else. Okay. So, disclaimer that I'm not a therapist. There's no health claims or cures or diagnosis. I'm not a counselor. I'm a coach. I'm a breakthrough transformation elite performance coach. So, basically, it depends on your unique circumstances and your level of commitment and your mindset. All right. So, with all that said, transformation is possible, but it requires honesty and a willingness to do the work. I'm not coming up with answers or doing it for you. I'm guiding you to find your own answers and find your way, find your inner power and strength. You basically get out of it what you put into it, but I'm your coach to help you all along the journey. The more open, ready, and engaged you are, the more opportunity you create for breakthroughs. So it's your turn for a breakthrough. Are you ready? I'm going to explain it all to you. So first of all, this is the system that I went through that I'm now offering women. It's called the Empower Breakthrough System. My clients are getting clarity and results 10 times faster, and I'll explain why. I help you get clarity on the next chapter of your life and help you set goals and achieve them. So first of all, what are some of the problems or issues that I went through? What I realized for myself and many other women is that you know how to take care of everyone else, but you never think about you. You're busy with your family, your kids, the community, your job, your business, whatever it is, but maybe you're not on your own list. You don't think about you and what you really want. Maybe you don't even remember how to dream. People used to ask me, Kelly, what do you dream about? I'm like, I don't know, because I wasn't even on my own list. Or maybe you feel unsure what your purpose in life is, why you're here and wondering if there's more. These are some of the things that I dealt with. And that's why it's so important for me to share with others. So the problem may be you feel lost, unfulfilled, or invisible. Or maybe you know what you want, but you're not sure of the direction, or you just feel stuck. So the answer is you need clarity on who you are and how you show up every day. Luckily, the Empower Breakthrough system that I'm going to introduce you to, that I myself have been through, is the shortcut to gaining clarity and reaching your goals faster. So, discovering the next chapter of your life, you would feel fulfilled and valued every day, start dreaming again, and gain a fresh perspective on life. So, by a raise of hands, or you can put in the chat, has anyone ever felt any of these things, or am I the only one? All right, thanks. Just me. Okay. So I'm going to share the details of my Empower Breakthrough system in just a minute. But first, I'll explain why this program is so effective. The system addresses more than mindset. We all know about mindset and affirmations, manifesting, all those good things. But this system that I'm going to be sharing with you that I've experienced goes much, much deeper. It's actually at the cellular level. Now, what does that mean? I'll explain. What if every cell in your body was in alignment with what you want instead of holding you back or keeping you stuck? What if you had a choice? And bottom line, if I were to explain the program to anybody, it's about getting your choice back, where life is happening for you instead of to you, something that Tony Robbins says a lot, but it's true, where you have a place where you can decide all right, maybe you're feeling a certain way, but you can be there for a few minutes or a little while instead of 2 weeks or 2 years or 20 years. It's bringing you back to a place of choice and empowerment. So most of the resistance blocks limiting beliefs, self-sabotage, fear, and basically negative patterns. They're all patterns. They're there because of a fight or flight response that's actually stored in the body, in every organ, gland, and energy system. Again, it's not just in your mind. So what I'm saying is some part of you is having an allergic or addicted response. Now, what does that mean? So if you're not getting the results you want, it's because some part of you is addicted to what you don't want. It's pulling you back, it's holding you back, or allergic to what you do want. So it's either pulling you back, old what's familiar, your body wants to keep you safe. It's not familiar with this other thing. So it's pulling you back or pushing away what you want. So it's like just in reach and it keeps getting moving further and further away. But what I have found by using this process and this system, instead of using your willpower and grit and pushing through to hopefully change your results, the solution is to align. What does that mean? Well, first of all, let me explain that. Are there memories in your cells? Yes. You guys have heard probably of muscle memory. You go to the gym, you work out, and they go, oh, you have muscle memory. Once you start working out, it'll come back again. Well, there's much, much more. Our bodies are so intelligent, and there's so much at the cellular level that we may not even realize. I know I didn't. So here's something that I wanted to share. There's a couple of stories here. One, as you see on the left side, an 8-year-old girl received a heart, these are heart transplant folks, received the heart of a murdered 10-year-old girl. And then she began having recurring vivid nightmares about the murder. And that's because those memories were in the cells of that heart that was transplanted. And that's wild. When I first heard that, I'm like, what? Another one was a retired catering manager with poor drawing skills suddenly developed artistic talents after a heart transplant operation. He was amazed to discover that the man who donated the new heart had been a keen artist. So again, in the cells. And I've heard many other stories. So just to show you, there's stuff in there, including things holding us back. So holding us back, we're talking about resistance. Some of you may have seen or heard of this, but did you know that in a storm, cows run the other way? So I'm going to read this quote by Wilma Mankiller, who's actually a Cherokee chief. Okay, cows run away from the storm while the buffalo charges toward it and gets through it quicker. So she says, whenever I'm confronted with a tough challenge, I do not prolong the torment. I become the buffalo. So buffaloes go through it. So that's a little bit about resistance. So I have 5 steps to this Empower Breakthrough system. I'm going to go over 3 of the steps with you today. Okay, but it is actually 5 steps, 5 sessions, and it's not just, hey, let's hang out and talk for an hour. These are very strategically placed and customized to your needs and whatever you're looking for. So the first one is reclaim your inner power. So the problem is you feel out of control and uncertain about how to move forward. Maybe you have, resistance, doubts, limiting beliefs holding you back, like we were just talking about. So what you need is clarity in what you really want. Like I said, some people, they have no idea. I had no idea. And connect with your personal vision. You work through the resistance to your new identity. And I think somebody else is being admitted. Okay. All right. So once you have that through working with me, what are the benefits? You wake up inspired. You feel excited about life again. And you reconnect with yourself and who you're becoming. And I have tools to help you through that. All right. So Christina, I think she was planning to come today, but she was going to be a little late. She is a mother and a corporate professional. She's over in Southern California. And when she came to work with me, she said she felt weighed down by doubt, limiting beliefs, and the pressures of just daily responsibilities, being a wife, a mother, and a busy professional. She was stuck and unsure how to pursue her passions. But after working with me, she says she gained clarity, confidence, and a renewed sense of purpose. And she was able to release fear and step forward with courage. Do you want me to help you find what's keeping you stuck and holding you back so that you can create a life that you love? The key is to align. It's not just mindset. Every cell in your body plays a critical role as well. So another quote, this one is from Nikola Tesla. We all know Tesla. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Because really, what I've learned is everything is energy, and energy can't be created or destroyed, but it can be transferred and it can be moved. And a lot of this program is about energy, empowerment, and choice. So step number 2 of the program is called Release to Rise. You feel lost and maybe energetically drained. You don't feel like change is possible because maybe you think it's too late. So you can rise each day with renewed strength and belief. You can gain clarity on what energy you're in and how to use it to your advantage. Again, shifting that energy and using it to your advantages. So what happens when you're able to do that using the tools and processes that I share? You feel lighter and emotionally free. You experience more joy and connection, and you unlock emotional energy. And again, we have some tools that we go through for that. Okay. All right. Teresia, who is here with us. Teresia is a mom and hypnotherapist. And when we started working together, as I said, she's busy with her family, and her heart for service and serving others as a hypnotherapist is amazing. And that's actually how we met, because I'm a former hypnotherapist and we went to the same school at different times, and we just connected and we talked about this. So when she came to work with me, she wanted to further hypnotherapy practice, but she felt stuck. And what we did was talking about energy, we worked through the energy that no longer served her. We identified it and we shifted it. So she said, and I'll ask her in a moment if she wants to add anything, but she said that she shifted the stuck energy that was blocking her from creating space for real transformation. So Teresa, I'm going to ask you, if you don't have to, but if you want to add anything else, please feel free to unmute.
Yeah, I would just like to add how wonderful you are. You are just really easy to connect with. You have your heart in it, and it's very clear this is your passion, and that transfers into wonderful transformations. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much,
My
Teresa.
bird agrees.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So now it's time to take action toward your goals. So you have figured out what you want and what direction you want to go. Now what do we do? It doesn't just happen, right? So the next step is what I call momentum mapping. So with momentum mapping, you make plans, but you never take action on them. Does anyone ever do that? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I have 20 things on my, oh no, now I don't know how to get my little hand down. Sorry about that. It's a Zoom thing. The hand is up and I got to lower it. Okay. So, 20 things on my to-do list. And anyway, but my ideas, they were good things. My ideas bring joy, but they didn't make it to the calendar, or I just didn't get to them. So what do? You want to fill your calendar with things that move you toward your new joyful vision. And this is important. You want to put yourself first, kind of like the oxygen mask analogy that I'm sure everyone has heard on airplanes. You know, you have to put the oxygen mask on yourself first before you can help others. Well, it's the same thing here. Again, a lot of us all take care of everybody else, but really, if you put yourself on the list and put your important things on the calendar, you're going to feel so much better, so much more balanced, and you're going to have more energy and love for your family and other activities. So the benefits are feeling rejuvenated and confident in all your actions throughout the day. And this is my favorite, going to bed with a smile on your face, feeling fulfilled instead of, I know for me, I would beat myself up over the things I didn't get done instead of focusing on, wow, I did this or I did that or made some impact or whatever. And you can feel the momentum of the accomplishment as you take steps and you do a little bit here, a little bit there. Don't have to do it overnight, but you're taking steps in the right direction. And the tools that I have to assist you with that, one of them is called the space between, but I have many, many, many tools to help you on this journey. Okay, and Mercedes, are you here? Yes, you are. Okay, so let me share Mercedes' story, and then I will ask you to unmute if you want to say anything additional. So Mercedes, she's a speaker, and she was nervous and anxious about the thought of public speaking. I can identify with that. Anyway, she was feeling anxious about public speaking, so that required additional preparation. So she did lots and lots of additional preparation. But after we worked together and we mapped out a plan to work through the resistance, what do we work through? The resistance. She now enjoys public speaking in public places, in public situations. Well, she enjoys, I can't read my own slide. Enjoy speaking in public situations, being present in the moment, and delivering her message with ease and joy. And that's like the key thing for me. She's doing it and having fun and enjoying it. So, Mercedes, do you have anything else that you'd like to add to that?
Yes, thank you, Kelly. I really appreciate the work that we did together. One of the things that came out of this that I really hadn't expected or anticipated was I've come across a couple of kind of challenging situations, um, just funny things, and um, I was able to speak. I normally don't. How do I say? I normally don't have confrontational situations with people. I usually just kind of work through it on my own and leave it alone, and because that's not my thing. But I have had to speak up in certain times recently since we started working on this. And so it was funny that I was able to speak up, address the situation, and redirect myself to remove myself from a situation in a way that did not cause me any stress or anxiety, where usually I would. So not only did we help in the public speaking situation, but this also helped in other situations where I needed to speak up and be true to myself at the same time, but not have it be a confrontational or difficult situation for me to address, which if you know me, I don't normally like having those situations, but this time I was like, oh no, we're going to do this and I'm going to have fun and I'm comfortable with this decision that I'm making. So I
Thank you
thank you
so
so much
much.
for that. That was the added bonus.
We like bonuses.
Yes.
Well, and that's the thing. Like I said, this program and these techniques that we've learned and that I'm teaching my clients is again all about choice and taking our power back. And you get these additional bonuses, as you just mentioned, Mercedes, that it really raises your awareness where you do have a choice about things. So things, I had another client that said that even 2 days later, something that used to bother her, she's like, oh, interesting. And it had no pull on her anymore. But she was able to be aware of it, but it didn't take over. All right. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
All right, so a little bit of a recap. So, how I will help you as one of my clients. I'll help you gain clarity on who you are and what you really want. And I'm talking about what you really want, not what you should could, should, would, any of that stuff, but what you really want, not what you're supposed to do, not what someone else says you should do or want, but what you really want. I'll help you identify patterns, and this is the huge thing, patterns that no longer serve you and guide you in working through the resistance at the cellular level. So like I said, it's not just, standing in front of the mirror and saying positive affirmations. We actually work through the body. In fact, the full alignment has to do with every cell and body system. It's really amazing. It was life-changing for me, which is why I decided to become a coach and do this as well. So instead, step 3 is I'll help you gain the skills that will allow you to take action toward your vision with confidence and with resistance. So that's what I would help you do. And I just actually, somebody just joined us. Her name is Christina, and she was actually the first testimonial I shared with you, the busy mom that's a corporate professional. So I know, Christina, you told me you had a previous appointment, so you're a few minutes late. We're almost at the end of the presentation, but I did share your wonderful testimonial. So if you want to unmute yourself and add anything additional or any comments, please do. And if not, that's okay too.
Hi. Hi, everyone. Sorry, I'm not going to turn my video on because I just left a acupuncture appointment, so I'm a little disheveled. But I'm glad to be here and catch the tail end of this. Kelly, I don't know what you shared, but I can just share on my end. My session with you and mine, don't mind me. I literally just came out of acupuncture, so you're a little bit like fuzzy, but
That's okay.
it was really incredible because I was in a season of, I had just lost my dad. I was working probably 80 hours a week, like just crazy, crazy stressful hours. I have a really busy young son, and I really have felt this calling on my life to do something specific, but had been procrastinating for a really long time um, with all of my reasons and excuses. And Kelly, my session with you gave me so much clarity. I haven't even told you this because we haven't had a chance to catch up. But after our session, I actually kind of went into this mode and I created my website. I just started putting everything in line, like together. I'm still working on everything, but it kind of gave me that, it was just the catalyst to finally moving in that direction. So I can't thank you enough for that.
Oh, thank you, Christina. And your timing is perfect because actually I went over 3 of the 5 steps of the Empower Breakthrough System. And the third one that I went over was about taking action and just and taking the right action and just
Yeah.
feeling the empowerment and the choice to do what you want to do.
It feels really good to finally, I wasn't really needing the green light, but I needed the clarification and the push, I guess, to get out of my frozen state. I just felt like I can't explain it. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew my calling. I know my passion and my skill. I just felt frozen. And so it was kind of just like chipping away those little icebergs around me or something to
Well, and
get it flowing.
that's exactly what coaches are for. Coaches are here, and I highly regard, I've had other coaches in the past for different things, and that's what coaches are there for, is to help you, to guide you, to see things that maybe you don't see, and to help you find your own answers and find your way. We're not the shall answer man. We're not the person that's supposed to tell you what to do. We're just guiding you and helping you discover whatever path is in front of you and where you want to go. And with this coaching, it's not just deciding what you want to do. It's actually in all areas of your life, because when you are in alignment, I know I didn't really talk about what alignment is specifically, but when you are in alignment, it affects all parts of your life. It could be, your health, your wealth, your relationships, just your personal power, all of it. It's all affected. And that's why when I got introduced to this and I was just doing it for myself, once I had my own breakthroughs and transformations, that's when I said, I've got to help other people. And both men and women, but I really focus on women because that's where I was and a lot of the struggles. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing and offering what I'm offering, because I feel that I found my calling, and that is to serve and help others, especially after that whole domestic violence thing. Why did that happen? I'm stubborn. I'm not going to let some pain happen and not learn something from it. So, so that was part of my journey. So thank you again, Christina and Mercedes, for sharing. So again, that's how I would help. And then I'll also share with you ways that you can move forward with both clarity and confidence, as both Mercedes and Christina shared, and Teresia. Thank you. And create a life you love without sacrificing what's most important to you. Like I said, when you start using these tools and these processes that I teach you, it's a tool, it's a skill. When I was a hypnotherapist, I didn't just say, hey, come see me. I would give them self-hypnosis, how to do it, how to write things so that they would be empowered and have a tool that they could use with or without me. And I do the same thing with this breakthrough coaching. We provide tools that can change your life if you do the work and you're open to it. So if you want me to show you how you can gain clarity on what you really want, work through the resistance holding you back so that you can enjoy the journey and feel passion, excitement, and joy every day, then it's time for you to invest in yourself, finally make you a priority. Or you can do nothing and settle when you know you were created for more. Each of us has a purpose. Or you can continue on your own. But have you ever really thought about what that's really costing you? And I'm not just talking about money. What about frustration? What about just feeling stuck? What about just spinning? So keeping you from your dreams and you becoming the best version of yourself. Because another thing I've learned in this process, in this program, is I'm not the same person I was a few months ago. I have changed. I'm like Kelly 2.0, working on 3.0, 4.0, just continuously changing and becoming the person who does and has what you are going for. Or the other option is we can work together so that you can experience this true life-changing. And I tell everybody, for me, it's life-changing. And I know that sounds overdramatic, but it's true. And for many, many, many others. So experience true life-changing shifts and breakthroughs and have tools. Like I mentioned, it's not just, hey, come see me. We provide tools so that you can keep growing, expanding, and soaring, and stop settling. So what would all that be worth to you? Any ideas? Put in the chat. What would that be worth to you to be able to have all that and to move forward and have clarity? All right. Well, I will move the chat out of the way again. So it's up to you. The distance between your dreams, not anybody else's, not mine, your dreams and reality is called action. So again, when you work with me, you'll have clarity in who you are and what you really want. You'll feel fulfilled and valued every day and dreaming again. You'll work through resistance, keeping you stuck, and I'm there to help you, keeping you from being unable to soar. You'll wake up inspired and excited about your new identity, who you are becoming. You'll no longer feel lost and energetically drained. You'll feel lighter, experience more joy and connection. Your old patterns will be replaced with awareness and a real sense of choice. And as I mentioned earlier, you'll not only take action, you'll take the right action. And because of that, you'll feel rejuvenated and excited, as some of my clients have mentioned. One last testimonial here. Casadas is not here, but she is a single mom of 3 over in New York. She dreamed of starting a nonprofit that would bring local businesses together in her community. But she wasn't sure what direction to go or how to move forward. And so she worked with me to interrupt those old patterns and shift and release her old self-image. So she's not the same person anymore either. It's all about growth and change. She shifted her perspective and she gained deep insight regarding who she was meant to be. And so she's got her purpose, she knows her direction, and she's taken steps. All right, so this is what my program entails. It's the Empower Breakthrough System, Empower and Elevate. It's 5 powerful sessions. Like I said, they're not just let's get together for an hour on Zoom and just chat. These are strategically placed and using various tools that I showed you some of the tools. It's normally $2,500, but right now it's $1,500. But because you're here at this webinar, I'm throwing in 2 bonuses. The bonuses are a breakthrough session, which is normally $200, and that's where we go through. It's basically an extra session to work on whatever we need to work on. It's not part of the foundation, the other 5 steps. And even more exciting is the full alignment session. That's normally $300 by itself. Now, what's a full alignment? Aligning, when you work with me, it has to do with breathing, tapping, different things. And I won't go into all the details, but it has to do with the nervous system and getting your resistance in your body identified so that we can basically neutralize it and bring you back to a place of choice. But the full alignment session, that's a session that can take anywhere from an hour to 2 hours to 3 hours. It just depends because you go through the whole system. You go through every body system, gland, we go through limiting beliefs. We go through, Chinese elements and chakras and all kinds of things. It's a full alignment, as the name implies. So those 2 bonuses, the breakthrough session that's normally $200 and the full alignment session that's normally $300. So that brings the package valued at $3,000. Right now, for participating in this webinar, I'm offering it at 50% off. So for $1,500, you get the 5 sessions, which is the breakthrough system, the foundation, and then you also get the full alignment session and the breakthrough session. These are all done via Zoom, and we can schedule them, at a time that works for you. And so that's what I have to offer. Now, I do have limited spots available just because of calendar and timing. I am offering this webinar special until Tuesday night. After Tuesday night, then the 2 extra items, the 2 bonus items will go away. And it'll just be the 5 sessions, but I will still offer the $1,500 price instead of the $2,500. But right now, for at least 3 days, you can get the whole thing with the extras for $15. And then, so I mentioned I have some slots. So I'm going to put a couple of links in the chat. The first one is the order page for the actual program with the bonuses at $1,500. The second link I'm going to put in there is called a Reclaim and Rise call. And that's a call where we hop on Zoom for up to 30 minutes and we just chat about what your goals and your vision and all that are, so that we can get some clarity on what you're looking for, where you are now, where you want to go, just to get an idea. So I'll put both of those in the chat in a moment. And let me help you stop settling. Step into a new you and all you are meant to be and do. And I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but it does. So when I read it out loud, I went, oh, that rhymes. So I can do it. You can do it. And I'm here to help. So that's it. Thank you so much for attending today's webinar. Stop Settling, Start Soaring, a blueprint for a life you deserve. Let me go ahead and put those 2 links in the chat so that you can pull them up and bookmark them or whatever you need to do. And then let me put those in the chat. And then I will open it up to any questions that you might have. One of the common questions, let me go ahead and stop the share here to move all the little windows out of the way. Okay, Let me stop share and then let me put those two links in here. But while I'm doing that, one of the most common questions I get is, is there any type of like payment plan or anything like that where I could break it up? And yes, there is. So if you go to the link, if it's something that you want to do, the $1,500 package at 50% off from the 3,000, if it's something you want to do, you can click the order link and either pay in full, or there's other options. There's something called Afterpay, and there's also, I think, Amazon Pay. And those give you options where you can break it up into payments. Some of it is interest-free and some of it is with interest. But just know that there are options. So let me go ahead and pull up. Let's see. I'm trying to get to my links here really quick. Okay. So this first one that I'm putting in here, this is the order page that you can take a look at the package with the bonuses. And I also have a 3-month package and a 6-month package, but the $1,500 webinar special is on there. And then you can also click if you want to look at any payment options. Oh, there's the lower hand. I get to finally lower my hand. Okay, and then the other link that I will put if you want to chat about your goals. Let me pull that one up. Okay, let me put that in chat for you. And so this is a reclaim and rise call. This is where we chat about your goals. So if you decide you want to go straight into getting the special deal, the special promotion, we can do that. And then we'll still do a reclaim and rise call because we'll want to talk about what your goals are before we get started on your program. So that's why I'm putting them both there. Okay, so let me open it up to any questions. If anybody has any questions. Any questions at all? Any questions, any comments? Lee, I saw your mouth move, but I think you were muted. You are muted. You're still muted. You're talking, but there you are. Okay, now we can hear you.
Sorry about that. This is beautiful. I'm so interested in this, the tapping, those 2 sessions that you talked about. I'm like, wow, that sounds so cool. So, thank you for making this so available, and thank you for inviting me to the call. I love it. I'm so happy for you and Casares, although she's not on the call, Christina, Annabella, everybody who's worked with you. I'm super happy for you. This is so exciting.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate each of you for your time in spending this with me and letting me share my passion and excitement. Because like I said, this is not something that I mapped out, like I'm going to do this. I had no idea. In fact, I even told my mentor and coach, I don't want to be a coach. That's what I said. But then once I experienced this, I'm like, I would be selfish to keep this to myself. I really feel that my everything I went through was for a purpose of serving others. So that's what I'm here to do. So if nobody has any questions about the package or, be sure to either save the chat or click on the link so that you can save them or reach out to me. And again, I'm offering the 2 extra bonuses until Tuesday night. So Wednesday morning on, I'll still honor the $1,500 versus $2,500, but the 2 bonuses will go away. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, if nobody has any questions, then again, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day and evening. Really appreciate each and every one of you, and we'll talk soon.
Bye, Kelly. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Okay.
so much,
Bye.
Kelly.
You're
You're an
welcome.
inspiration to me. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Be safe. Happy anniversary.
Oh, that's right. Thank you. Yesterday was our 23rd anniversary. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Kelly. Love you. Bye.
Love you too. Bye.
I don't know how to get out.
You
Okay.
do leave meeting.
Oh, I don't know how to do it. I can't, I don't know where anything is on this.
That's okay. You should say leave meeting. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end the meeting, Lee. You'll be fine, okay?